Welcome to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. I'm your host, Kellyanne Gorman. Over the past 20 years, I've worked in beauty, luxury, corporate, and service-driven industries. I created the opportunity in these careers and in my own businesses that allowed me to travel the world, experience once-in-a-lifetime events, and build brands while providing my expertise to clients all around the globe. Life is short, and when you're given a second chance, you better believe I'm going to take it, celebrate it, and share it with you. This show is intended to elevate your mind, upgrade your business, enhance your life, and become part of a positive and uplifting community. If you're ready to take your business and life to that next level you deserve to be at, this is the show for you. Inspiration, motivation, and determination are what got me to where I am today. Tune in every week to hear from myself, other entrepreneurs, professional patients, small business owners, and fellow podcasters who will be featured on the show. I'm here to remind you to work hard, share your story, follow your dreams, and never, ever give up. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe to the Happy Workaholic Podcast. Today's episode starts now. Hello. Welcome back to a brand new show. I'm recording this episode from the floor of my closet. Thank God it's super clean and organized. I'm actually staring at all the clothes that I put in order yesterday, from tank tops to t-shirts to long sleeve to hoodies to pants. There's a very strategic order I have in my closet that just needs to always stay like that. And I felt like my stuff was like everywhere. And yesterday was super overwhelming. So I did some cleaning. And by the way, have you ever cleaned your fans with in the shower? Because that's a project. I had to unscrew my fans, clean out all the dust, and then I spray them down with essential oil. So when I turn them back on, they smell amazing. By the way, that's like the best hack. And then I had some wine because I just needed to clock the hell out because I was a little stressed out. And I'm going to share with you why. So writing a book, the actual content, I feel like was the easiest part. Putting it all together, I invested in a masterclass, so I understood that. And then there's so many rounds of edits, and when it comes to the logistics and the legal aspect, I feel like nobody really shares that with you. So that's kind of the reason why I was a little bit overwhelmed and stressed, and just, social media and politics and, the pandemic. I feel like, how many more things can I come up with? I'm sure you are feeling it as well. But yesterday was just too much. I had to clock out early, so I couldn't record an episode. I just wasn't feeling it. And, as I always say, everything happens for a reason. And now I can share this information with you so that you know, like, what I've been up to. And if it helps you or a friend, share this episode with them. And really take in the information I'm about to share with you, because it's just like a lot. Like, it's so insane how long one thing can possibly take. And today I just got everything confirmed. So first of all, I just want to share, you can't do everything alone. We're 5 of us working on my book. I have a team of 4 plus myself. I have an editor, I have somebody doing my graphics, I have somebody designing, and then I have somebody that is formatting the actual book. I am not good at any of that. And thank God for this team, because they are perfecting everything. I want to talk to you guys about commas for a minute, because in the English language, usually when you say, for example, when I say, I choose to have a happy, healthy, positive, and productive life. Positive, and there's no comma in there. However, in books, there is. So I learned that throughout the editing process. It is absolutely insane how much I have learned throughout this entire process. And I'm so grateful for this experience, but I'm like, holy shit, like, this is so insane. Just to get the page that goes in my book, the copyright page, completed, took me almost a week. I just finished it today. It's absolutely insane. And there's so many logistics that go into that. And I want to share with you. And I'm actually going to start sharing them on my TikTok. I put a video up earlier, but you can find me at The Happy Workaholic on TikTok. I'm going to start sharing more things for people, especially business owners or anybody that wants to self-publish a book. I think it's really important to share because this shit is not available anywhere. So I just had to figure it out, and that's why I was so overwhelmed. But thank God for the team that I have. When it came to, getting the book out. The ebook is available. The paperback is available for pre-order, and everything I'm talking about can be found on everythingismessy.com. And I have the most unbelievable gift boxes that I've put together I've partnered with brands because I want to send you like a huge box just in time for the holidays as a thank you for pre-ordering. And it's actually filled with a lot of the tools that I've used to actually write the book and to get organized and things that you can implement into your everyday life. You're going to freaking love it. I would just buy it just for the box. I'm just saying that because the value, I don't even know what the value is. It's definitely over $100, and to pre-order the book is $30. So it's really a win-win, and you get the ebook and the paperback delivered to your house. Obviously the ebook delivered to your in-mail, but it's just insane, this whole process. So that's where I was yesterday, just dealing with stress. I was so overwhelmed. I was so freaking overwhelmed. But thank God. Okay, you need to make sure that you are nice to everybody, especially on the internet, because when you contact somebody at customer service, they're working from home. It's a nightmare. People have kids running around, their screens are freezing, and you just need to, kill them with kindness if they're not having the best of days, because just think how many people are screaming at them, because their shit's not getting taken care of. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to take a lot of breaths right now, deep breaths, and just, if this takes another week, I'm going to be really stressed out, but it's happening for a reason. So I finally got the copyright page done, and I actually needed to copyright my publishing company, which is called A Million Dreams. I can actually announce that officially now because it's legally copyrighted, so no one can touch it. And there's a lot of other projects in the works because I've had that name for a while and I didn't really know what to do with it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is my publishing company. So there you go. So that is the name of my new publishing house, A Million Dreams. And the logo is an anchor because I'm originally from Rhode Island and it just made sense. I designed the entire logo myself and I used a font that I loved and I did it on FaceTime with my best friend and her husband. That's how I designed the logo. You literally can't make this shit up. I wish there was a camera following me around showing you guys what I share with you here, because you would just be laughing hysterically. She's not kidding. This shit really happens to her. So I designed that and it's officially copyrighted, and you need all these numbers, and a lot of logistics goes into literally just putting these freaking numbers on a piece of paper for your book. It's insane. So, I'm trying to think when I actually started that. I would say it probably took me 5 days just to complete this page with all the numbers that I needed. And the numbers and codes are so other people can pull it. And you need your address and you need your publishing house. And then all of the publishing house has to be, created and copyrighted, and the logos and the website and all of that. So I had to do that. And that's a whole other thing. So that's done. So if you go to amilliondreamspublishing.com, you'll see more information there. And there's just a lot of things I want to keep creating. I mean, I already have 5 other books in the works just from this one book. I can tell you one thing is going to be all about the behind the scenes, and something that, I'm just going to hold off on that right now. I'm not going to share that with you just yet. Maybe it's a little bit too soon. So I just want to share with you right now, the reason why I'm going through all of this work is because my book isn't just going to be thrown up on Amazon. I'm actually not even dealing with Amazon directly. I'm dealing with another company that has the absolute largest, it's the industry's largest distribution channel possible that I could ever work with. And that's the route I chose to go through. And this is why I need to do a lot of things logistically now before anything gets put out into the internet and to stores and all of that. There's a lot of legal things that need to be taken care of, which are finally now done. So I'm glad I didn't record yesterday, because now I can announce them to you in this week's show instead of waiting for next week. So I'm super excited. So it all worked out. But yeah, so it's the industry's largest distribution platform. So my book is going to be on Amazon, absolutely, but it's also going to be in Barnes & Noble and Target and Walmart and all the major retailers and every online store. Everywhere ebooks are, that will eventually be there. And then my focus right now, the ebook will stay on my site. The paperback will be available everywhere. I'm mentioning right now, independent stores can buy it, just everywhere. And it's not just in the United States. It's in the UK. It's in Europe. It's in New Zealand. Where else? Australia. I think it's over 40,000 retailers have access to my book. So that's pretty insane. I got so excited when I hit over 20,000 listeners and my show went globally syndicated, and now it's on Alexa. So you can say, Alexa, play the Happy Workaholic podcast. So it'll show up on Amazon Music. I don't even know if I mentioned that last week, but that happened. And I was so excited to get in before the official press release. And I was like, fingers crossed, they take my show, and they took it, and that was amazing. So, I'm in 74 countries now, so everybody listening, and if you're in France, thank you so much for chiming in. You guys are the second country highest downloads I have. It's the US and France, and Canada, I think, is next, and Asia. There's a lot of you, so thank you so much. If you are actually listening on Apple Podcasts, I would love it if you could leave me a review and let me know what kind of content after this series you would like to hear from, specific guests you would like to hear from. That will actually really help me out. And by leaving a comment, I will see them within 24 hours, and it actually helps other people see the content of the show. So that's really important when you're listening on Apple Podcasts to, number one, rate, review, but of course subscribe so that you get notified first. You'll get an alert on your phone when my new shows drop, like literally within minutes. It's nuts how fast podcasting is, but that's how it is. And kind of same thing when I upload my book, so many people will have access to it. A lot of times it will take, when you originally launch a podcast, Apple Podcast says like 2 weeks. I give my clients like 2 to 4 weeks just to be prepared. And sometimes it happens in 24 hours. So I'm learning with this book, it's 2 to 6 weeks that all retailers have access to it. And I'm just, going with the flow, and it's definitely out before holidays. And I specifically planned it that way because this is a great book for people that are looking for vegan recipes. A lot of the desserts have pumpkin in them because it's like legit one of my favorite things to eat. And it's a really good healing food too. And if you're looking for a good personal development book that it's a quick read, this book you can get through in 2 hours. I specifically did that for a reason, like something short and sweet. The format of it, you can throw it in your purse. You can take it with you. You can journal all over it. I specifically designed all of this way because it's something that I would want. It's something that I needed. And that's why I always create things like this. So when the retailers pick it up, they have a million different options. So that'll be like on a whole nother show. But those are all the stores that will be carrying it. And that is the whole point of why I was so stressed out yesterday, because everything has to be perfect. And, I am a perfectionist and I'm like super OCD and organized, but I'm just talking from a legal aspect. Things have to be done right because you're going to have to redo everything. And every time you make a mistake, you literally have to pay for it. So I'm like, no, thank you. Everything's going to be perfect, perfect, perfect. And we can make a revised copy later on if I needed to, but right now I don't. So I'm super excited because now that huge check mark is like on my to-do list, like done, thank you, move to the next. So that's what I've been up to with the aspect of behind the scenes of the book. Nobody's sharing this information, so it's my job to share that and exciting parts of it too. So what else? I'm looking at my list here of the blogs that I have on Medium. Those are actually excerpts from the physical book, so the paperback. So if you I'll actually put the link to, I blog on Medium a lot. So if you want to visit my Medium page, you can just visit the show notes. I'll add the link for you there, and you can get an idea of what the personal development aspect of the book is all about. And so I have a lot of each chapter is there, so you can see them all. And then I'm going to be sharing more behind the scenes of each chapter here with you every week until the end of the year, which I'm so excited about. So what else? I wanted to share one of my favorite quotes with you. It's been on my wall for quite some time, and it's dreaming, after all, is a form of planning. Like, how amazing is that? Dreaming, after all, is a form of planning. And that is by the infamous Gloria Steinem. That quote is actually in my book. And I wanted to share with you something else, that if you do want more information from me, where you can get that first before anything goes live on this show, on my social media channels, you want to sign up for my newsletter. So just go to thehappyworkaholic.com. There's a link on my site and it will say newsletter, and just sign up. So each and every week you'll get some more behind the scenes from me and the email, major announcements, all that good stuff. That will be in there. And today's is actually going out a day late as well. Well, yesterday's is going out a day late as well, because now you know why. I was super stressed out. I couldn't do anything. I had to clock out. So, what else can I share with you? Okay, so the last thing I wanted to share with you is that I mentioned in last week's show that my legal cases were done August 17th, and that day there was a full moon, and I actually did an in-person sound bath with Susie, aka the Copper Vessel on Instagram, who's incredible. She was on episode, I forget what number, scroll back, it's just a couple weeks ago I had her on. Actually, it was last month I had her on. And I do her sound baths every day, but I finally did an in-person one. It was so emotional. It was so insane. It was the best experience. And after that, I'm sharing this with you now because the actual book writing process, I was at a party the other day and somebody asked me when I started writing, and I said August, and they thought I meant last year. And I'm like, no, this year. So I wrote the book itself very fast. And that's just because it just came pouring out of me. But I've always been talking about and mentioned on last week's show and so many other shows, is that I was writing another book for 4 freaking years. And I didn't want to write that book anymore. So August 17th was kind of like the end, literally the start of my new life. I was done with legal. I've moved on. So I want to start my life again now. And then when I came back from LA, because that's where I was for the sound bath, I finished up my master class that week to kind of finalize how I wanted the chapters to look, what I was missing. Did I really want to combine the two books? Did I want to separate them? And finish all the actual writing. So the whole process for me, writing this book, started August 17th. That was the full moon. Well, I guess I should say August 18th. Well, August 17th, I did finalize chapters and things like that. But when I came back from LA, the same night, I drove there and back. I was so delirious the next day. But I finalized some things with my chapters. And then I started writing. There's a whole format of how you should write a book. And I shouldn't say should, but how I chose to and how I learned how to. So I just went with that format, and then I added, of course, pieces of me and everything else included in it. But I had an outline. So with that, then I kind of knew, how is what I'm writing with pencil in a notebook, sitting on the beach for 30 plus hours, going to make sense in this book. So then I kind of put it together. So once I had all of that information and it was all together, I had to edit. So I mentioned this in last week's episode as well. I went to the beach every day for 6 days straight, 5 hours plus I was writing. It was insane. I was up super early and I was just writing. And I had already tried to type things out on my computer and it just wasn't working for me. And that was the way that I chose to go. And, I thought my mic just stopped. So I wrote for 30 plus hours, but then after that, it took me about a week to dictate everything to Word docs. And then I had to edit everything. And I did a couple rounds of edits myself before my editor actually even took it over. And then we would go back and forth a couple times. So I think total edits was probably definitely under 10. I think I'm at 8 edits. And I don't know if that's normal, but for me, nothing is. So that's just how many times I had to go back and forth. And, it's my first book. I want it to look good. I want it to be presentable and have everything from my little head, in there for you to, help you take your business and your life to the next level that you deserve to be at. And I've been preaching that forever. And now I can finally share with you how, like, everything I've been working on and everything that makes sense, doesn't make sense, what you need to get rid of in your life, what you need to implement, what you need to be doing in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, like all this shit, like it's all in there. And it's from my own experience. So if you've been listening to this show for a long time, like, oh, I really like that episode, like, wait until you see this book. That's all I'm going to say. It's like insane. I can't even believe how much came out of me, like writing down. And so that was just my process of how it's almost like I had to journal it all out. And then going along with the formula, put the pieces of the puzzle together. That was how long it took me. So I really started writing, I think, the last week of August. And the ebook's available, the paperback's available for pre-order. So that's a really fast process. So now it's like, okay, now I have to deal with all this legal stuff. Like, this shit better hurry up. Come right along. So now it's all done. Thank God. Because now it's like, it's all done. If you order the paperback, you're going to get it delivered to your house in November, specifically from me, because I'm putting it in your luxurious gift box that I've been putting together for everybody that's pre-ordering. And the ebook, if you want to order the ebook, it's $20. And then you still get the... Did I say pre-order or order? The ebook is live. So if you go to everythingismessy.com, you can order the ebook and then get it delivered to your inbox as soon as the payment goes through. So like 5 minutes. And then you can pre-order the paperback and then you'll also get the ebook. So it's $20 and $30. And it's incredible because you're going to get 2 for 1 plus a gift of tools that I'm like obsessed with. You could probably figure some of them out because I talk about them all the time. But you're just going to love them. And I wanted to put together boxes that would make you feel good. Like, it's around the holiday season. Like, getting mail sent to your house is like the best thing. Like, it's not even Amazon. It's like something I'm putting together with gloves on, by the way, and a negative COVID test, so that I can send them to you. So I'm really excited about that. And plus, I just love giving gifts. So it's a thank you for ordering. So I'm super excited about the book. I want to share more with you guys. So each and every week, I'm going to be diving into the chapters. So chapter 1 next week is all about getting organized. My favorite. By the way, I organized a friend's pantry about, I don't even know when it was. Probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's on my Instagram. So if we're not connected on Instagram, you can find me at The Happy Workaholic, and it's on my IGTV. So just scroll. Actually, it's on my Reels. So just click the Reels icon on Instagram, and everything I have is public. So even if you don't have Instagram, you can look. And all the videos, the before and after, are there. And I'll share one now on my Instagram stories of how I'm recording my show, because I'm staring at shoes and looking up at clothes. Like, you can't make this up. But let's see, what else did I want to share with you guys? I wanted to, so also remind you that if you want to read more excerpts of the book now, the link will be in my bio for my Medium blogs, because I've been sharing, I knew I was going to have the hiccups. I've been sharing so much over on my blogs on Medium. So check that out. If you have any questions about anything I just spoke really fast on about like the process of the book and how long it takes and my process and all of that, just message me on Facebook and Instagram. Seriously, anytime. You can find me at The Happy Workaholic. And I'm excited to really dive into next week's chapter. And each week there's going to be more tools that you can use, and so that you can implement them into your life and just have a great day, a happy, healthy, positive, and productive day, like I've been saying forever. That's it. That's all I have for you guys today. Yeah, I'm just double checking my list. Episode 235. How insane is that? Again, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, I would love, love, love if you would let me know what you thought about today's show. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. That way you get notified as soon as the next episode goes live. And I'm trying my best to get these out by Wednesday, but let's just say like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's why it's great to subscribe, because then you'll get alerted. And, this whole book process has been very insane. So I'm trying my best, but sometimes we just have down days. And yesterday was for sure one. And one of the things that makes me feel good is binging a show and cleaning and organizing. So I drank a bottle of wine. I did 4 loads of laundry. I organized my closet, and I started binging this show called The Unicorn. Have you guys seen that? Let me know, because it's so funny, and it came out last year. So I'm so annoyed I didn't even know about it. And now, I'm going to binge that, and then I'm going to need a new series, because I already watched the Home Edit series. I already watched Emily in Paris, and then went out and bought French wine. So that's what I was drinking last night. What other series? There's just been so many. I took a big break from binge watching so I could write, but now I'm like, I needed to detox because I've been on my computer all day, all night, like 12 hours a day. And definitely longer. So that's all I have for you guys. If you have any questions about the book, just visit everythingismessy.com. And that's all I have for you today. I'm so excited to share next week's episode, because I'm really going to start diving into the chapters, because I want to share with you more of why I wrote each chapter and give you some tools along the way. So I hope that you're having a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Your time is so valuable, and I really appreciate you carving out a little piece of your day to listen to today's episode. If you liked this one, please share it with someone who you feel needs to hear this message. And don't forget to tag me at The Happy Workaholic on Facebook and Instagram so I can feature you on my stories. Listening on Apple Podcasts? I would love it if you would leave me a review on today's show. Your input means so much and also helps me create more of the content you'll love. Want to continue today's conversation? You can join us in the Happy Workaholic Network Facebook group. Simply answer the questions and you're in. For more information on myself and to get the latest in business, LinkedIn, organizing, and podcasting news, sign up to receive my weekly newsletter at thehappyworkaholic.com. I hope that your day continues to be happy, healthy, positive, and productive, and I'll talk to you again soon.